Welcome to week 2, or at least we're getting started on week 2. So the week 2 folder showed up on Friday morning at 8 a.m. So it'll show up the Friday of the preceding week at 8 a.m. So for that weekend before a week, you can see it. So now that we're at the end of week 1, we can also see week 2. And we want to look in there to see some assignments that are due before class starts. So in the week 2 folder, we have the textbook, learning goals, all the information for the lectures. Nothing down here is any assignments that you need to do before class starts. If you want to look at the PowerPoints, you're more than welcome to, but that's certainly not required. You do have some stuff due before lab starts on Wednesday. So if we click into the lab folder, we have the due dates up here. I want to note I teach this class at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. So these due dates, if it says 2 p.m., that's it. Basically, all of these assignments are due before lecture starts on Monday for you. So if you're in the afternoon class, that's at 2 p.m. If you're in the night class, that's at 6 p.m. So when you see that here, when you log into your class, it'll have the correct dates or times. It's all due on Monday. So when we look here, water purification handout, again, the lab handout is going to be where all of the information about the lab can be found. So I encourage you to take a look at it, have it open. It's open in a new tab, so have it open while you're working through all of this. We have 2 assignments that are individual assignments that are new that need to be done. Well, not necessarily new. We did a pre-lab questions last in week 1 that was due Wednesday, but now it's due on Monday. Okay, because that's normally how it's going to be for a lab. It's due the first day of lab. So you have 1 attempt for each question. So we'll go ahead and get started. The questions that are in here, I encourage you to look at the lab handout. That's where there's information that you can find, like especially the background section of the lab handout or the procedure, right? It might be questions about the procedure or the background section. So I encourage you to look through there, not just randomly click like I did. Oh my gosh. You will probably not get that good of a score. But you can see it shows you, it'll show you what you selected and what the right answer is for all of these. We can scroll through then, click OK. So I encourage you to take your time. It is unlikely you will get that good of a grade from randomly clicking, but maybe. It's possible. So that's what we did, a pre-lab questions for week 1. Same thing here, just about the water purification lab. New this week, you can see we have this. This is a link. So how to do gravity filtration. And so we're going to be doing the water purification lab, and gravity filtration is going to be a big part of that. And so this is a YouTube video made by someone else about how to do the process. Let's see if I can get to it. So a lot of it is spent with folding filter paper, which is a process called fluting. And the idea is during the lab, you need to do this. And instead of spending a lot of time focusing on how to fold paper, we're instead going to be focusing on how to do the experiment. Or not how to do the experiment, but the outcome of the experiment. You still probably going to need help with folding. I can do it. But at least you have an idea of what it is, not just totally foreign. And so that's what we're going to be doing here. You're going to watch a video about it. And then there's this comprehension assignment. So if we click, we can open that. And important to note about this one, you have multiple attempts. So let's go ahead and click in. Okay, save and submit. Let's see how I did. Not bad. So, not terrible here. 4 out of 10. Again, you're probably not going to get that good of a grade from randomly guessing. But you can see it tells me I got this one partially correct. I got that one right. Geez, I got these ones wrong. And so, now you can see that A, filtration will be faster, is not the answer. Or I guess there was 2 choices there, right? So those 2, the answer is not A and D for question 5, or it's not D for question 4. And so I want you to take that feedback, then come back in, grab filtration, begin, and do it again, right? Start a new submission. See if I can get these to click. And save and submit. And you get a new score. That's the kind of score I more expect. Right, this one was partially correct. Ideally, you looked at the answers for your first submission and then kept the ones that were right and changed the ones that were wrong, tried to improve your score. And I want you to do this. I want you to learn how to do gravity filtration or have an idea of what's going on in gravity filtration. So that way, when we're in the classroom or in the lab room, we're focused on the results of gravity filtration, not kind of technical details of how to make things happen. So that's why I do this. I want you to get a perfect score. Do it as many times as possible. That's great. Beyond these two, which those are individual assignments, everybody's going to do a technique. Everyone's going to do a pre-lab questions. You also need to complete your notebook. So last week on Monday, the technician and leader set up their parts in the lab room. This time you need to do that at home. So the technician and the leader, you can use the same people from last week, or we're going to be rotating. That's fine. But in general, as we move forward, we're going to rotate through. The first week wasn't super intense. That's why you don't have to. But in general, rotating through, doing, having different people do different parts of the lab notebook, getting it all set up beforehand. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Email is bdunnington@lee.edu. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.